Step up, guys.
Yeah.
Step up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Guys, don't sit back and talk about the game, talk about what ain't happening. Be a part of it.
Right.
Go give a couple hours.
Yes, sir. There's a lot of jobs out there.
Yeah, definitely. Some jobs out there at all levels. Go hop in, man, and then, maybe it'll change your perspective on a couple things because everybody wants to coach the talented team.
Yeah.
Everybody. Who wouldn't want to coach the Lakers or, if you're local, everybody would want to coach Western.
Mm-hmm.
They look at us and seeing all this and that, but it's a whole lot more that goes into it.
Yes,
just seeing the product that ends up on the court, you know what I'm saying, that they might admire and say they can do this, do that with.
What's going on, guys? Jamie Johnson here with Just the Dreams again. Tell me one thing. Is a coach's legacy built on state championships or players they can put in college? I don't know. Today we sat with Coach Brandon Britt to figure out what's important and what's not. Let's see what he thinks.
This is Snoop D-O-Double G, and you are now watching the Drills to Dreams podcast with the host, Jamie Johnson.
What's going on, guys? Back with another podcast. This one here is a special with a very special person. This is Brandon Britt, Western's high school coach, guy that's up and coming, young coach. Means a lot to me personally. I want to get straight into it. I want to throw you straight in the fire. Gotta throw you in the fire like you used to do me. Tell me who is Brandon Britt. Give me a little roadmap of where you've been and everything like that.
You mean far as coaching?
As far as coaching, did you hoop? Yeah. Did you hoop? Can you even get a bucket? I don't know. Can you get a bucket?
I wasn't the best. I was all right, man. Played at Fern Creek High School. Played football and basketball there 4 years. I actually had a different role than a lot of guys, which led up to me being a 21-year-old freshman after I'd been a 19-year-old freshman. That's things happened in my life that affected my, now where I'm at right now. So it helped me grow too as well. So, after I graduated high school, actually went up to BCTC in Lexington. I was going to school there, and I was about to enroll in UK the following semester. And I had to, take some courses, things like that. And I ended up got in a little trouble. Ended up coming home. Had some stuff going on at court. Then I ended up getting that wiped away, and I ended up enrolling in school out there. I ran into one of my mentors to this day, Dante Pimpleton, who was ex high major Division I running backs coach in the Florida State, Oregon, things like that.
Oregon, he been to a few places.
Ran into him at hoops. You know what I'm saying? I was like 20, 21 at this time. We played against his team in the men's basketball league. I think I was, came out and dunked or something. He seen me. I was still athletic, still active. He was like, man, what you doing? I was like, man, I ain't got nothing going on right now. Since I got in trouble, woo. You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely looking to get back into school and play ball and things like that. I made the call to Joe Stockton at Kansas University. I went there, played football and basketball there. Ended up transferring to IUS my last 2 years because I had to come home and try to help my brother out.
Special place right there.
Yeah. Came home to help my little brother out. He had some stuff going on at home. Trying to mentor him, get him through his high school years to set him up for being growing to be a man. So came home, played my last 2 years at IUS. Had a great time at both places. I ended up graduating, playing for Wiley. Was actually another great mentor of mine to this day. I ended up playing for and coaching with after I graduated, and that's how I ended up beating this guy. And
yes, sir.
This is one special dude, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
A lot of people use the word dog a lot loosely, I feel like, but you are the biggest one, the real one to me.
Appreciate
Offense, defense, work ethic, mentality. Winner.
Yes, sir.
So, and I bet the house on this kid, man. 2-time All-American, and definitely enjoyed our time together. So ended up coaching IUS for 2 years. That following year, after my second year, I was a teacher at Iroquois. They offered me to coach the girls basketball team. My first initial thought was, ain't no way in the world.
Right.
They hadn't finished their schedule in 2 years and hadn't won a game in 3 years. So I ended up talking to Wiley. I was like, man, what you think? I was coaching with him 2 years. I actually stepped down from college, and he was like, he thought that I should go ahead and try it out. See what I can do on my own as a head coach. Girls basketball, team that had nothing going on. But I approach every opportunity humbly, you know. So I ended up taking that job, you know, after talking to Wiley, and you know, everybody and their mom was like, "No, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it." But I was looking at opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can make it out of anything after, you know what I'm saying, stuff go through growing up. And I feel like I was built for it.
Right.
You know, so I ended up coaching that season, had a great group of girls, had a full roster of 15, finished the season. We ended up winning 6 games. And I had 12 girls that never played basketball before. You know, and then that led to me applying for the boys' jobs. I knew eventually I wanted to get back to the boys' side.
Right.
I love coaching girls. Tough as heck. Do whatever you tell them. They lay it all on the line.
Yeah.
Way tougher than boys.
I love the girls' game. I love the women's game.
10 times.
I do.
Purest form of basketball. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they're not relying on one-on-one talent or athleticism. You know what I'm saying? It's IQ, using your teamwork, you know, things like that. So after coaching them for that year, and I ended up applying for the Western job, you know, ended up interviewing, ended up getting it. Dante Elson ended up taking over the team that I inherited. He ended up winning Coach of the Year, I believe, that next year, and went to the region. You know what I'm saying? They did great things after following that, so shout out to him. Ended up at Western, ended up getting the job, inherited a 4-22 team. You know, and everybody, you know, I know the district's tough. But I always approach everything like opportunity. I'm taking over Western, 4-22. If I ain't mistaken, all the teams had 20 wins or close to 20 wins when I was entering that district as a coach. You know, because Eric Coyce is good. Got Jeff Morrow, who's been around for a while. Got a state championship at a public school. Probably the most veteran coach in the district at the time. There was Casey Gooden at Butler. Sales, I forget who their coach was at the time. I think Damon Anderson might have been coming into his first year. I can't remember. And then Blake Stone was at Dawson. You know, they had a pretty good team following Tony Williams. Into that district, and dogfight every night. You know, and I kind of knew, I was like, man, it's gonna be tough, but you know, I'm always up for challenges. You know, so ended up taking over the program. First year we was 10-20 my first year. A great group of kids. Following year came in, had you know, guys got a little bit more used to, you know, what I asked of them as a coach.
Because it's different when you come. I know as a new coach, you like, we know what Western was respectfully when you came in, and so, you know, guys were probably used to doing certain things, and then you come in and you kind of changing the culture. You had to, you know, if you wanted to be better. So
the biggest challenge that I faced as soon as I got there was proving to the kids that I cared about them. Because there's used to people coming in and out of their life. They had 2 or 3 different coaches before I came in, I believe. And first thing I had to do coming in was get them to believe that I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here for you. I'm going to care about you. I'm going to love you. You know, and the last thing I got to do was coach basketball. You know what I'm saying? After going through all the other things. You know, so which led up to my second year. We ended up making the region for the first time since, I believe, 2011 as a district runner-up. Had a very solid team. B.J. Anderson, Neron Finnison, Jaheim Foreman, Jay Neal. We actually had a shot, I believe, at making a run at the region if we were healthy, but Nene Finnison ended up tearing his MCL. That was like 6 or 7 games left. You know, they made it tough for us. He was our leading scorer. But yeah, it's kind of the path I've been on in the last 3 years. We made the regional final that following year with a team full of 8th, 9th, and 10th graders. You know, my kids were literally aged 13 to 15. You know, and you know, had a
young group.
Young group, and they were humble, they were hungry, very coachable. We definitely took a bunch of lumps early, but we got hot at the right time. That's what it's about at the end of the day. And then those following 2 years, these last 2 years, we got bounced out of our own district. After making this to the regional final. You know what I'm saying? Which was definitely a tough.
So yeah, we definitely gonna hit on that. We definitely gonna hit on that because, you know, a lot of people, I'm sure, want to hear it, and I was rooting for you guys too. But we definitely gonna hit on that. So you talked about as far as coaching, and I want to hit on something real quick as far as like what you was to me. Like if there's any parents out there that may be watching this or ever does watch this, or players, like what you was for me, like just knowing who Coach Wiley is and how Coach Wiley coaches. You know, you ain't got no choice but to be a dog. Like you can't even fake it. So, you know, on those days where, you know,
those practices, those games where I was struggling, use the person I came to and looked like, hey man, like what is it? Talk to me. And one thing I can say is you was always positive and you kept me level headed. Cause at those points when the coach is in you, you know, you could go one or two ways.
Mm-hmm.
You can go down or you can go up. Mm-hmm. You know, there's plenty of moments you technically don't even got to do nothing wrong with Coach Wiley, and he's already on 10. You know how he is. So you me being one of your top players that you ever coached and everything, that means a lot to me because like you also one of my top coaches as well as far as keeping me level headed and like you and Coach Mike Romaine, y'all probably two of the best coaches, you know, as far as when things got shaky, I could come to and y'all give me a clear answer, you know, and not be biased to the coach or anything. Not never have anything negative to say about them, but, you know, always tell me what I need to hear as a player. Mm-hmm. Whether I wanted to hear it or not, you let me know. So I definitely appreciate you for that. Man, then, like, after that, you had left and everything. You went to Iroquois to coach the girls, and I didn't even really know where you went, but I didn't. You was gone. You just gone. So I didn't even really know what happened, but man, hell of a like ride for you right now. And the thing is, like I talked to you about this, like you're still young, you're still growing. Like we just had talked about it before we cut this on, how you're still growing, and I'm sure you could see growth from things you used to do your first year to now, even like preparation, or even how you may like, you know, get on a play or anything. So one thing I do want to ask you now is, what do you think about this season?
This season, it was a fun ride. It was a good ride. Definitely had a talented group. I had lofty goals of, you know, trying to reach the Sweet 16 this year. Definitely felt like we had the ability to do it.
Definitely.
I didn't shortcut the process in any way, shape, or form with our guys, even though we were talented. Definitely, I feel like we should have made a run to the Sweet 16. But you know, hey, on any given night, 32 minutes, you know, no shot clock. You know what I'm saying? Definitely put our best foot forward, but I feel like it was a letdown, and I take full responsibility for that. For us not reaching our goals that we set forth before the season. You know, but definitely had plans of making it to the Sweet 16. You know, these past 2 years after going to the regional final as you know, our guys were sophomores, freshmen, and eighth graders. You know, so but shout out to Doug Bibby. I was talking to him one day about 3 years ago, and he told me, he's like, my best teams didn't make it to the Sweet 16. You know what I'm saying? It's like, 'cause it always comes down to, you're gonna have to have some luck. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I was on one of those teams, actually. I was on one of those teams, I feel like. My junior year, I feel like we had a really good team, but we ain't do nothing. We ain't even history. We history to us, but we ain't nothing.
Right. You know, so it's definitely tough. Everybody knows the gauntlet of the district we have. You know, and you know, and I understand that as well, and we prepared for that. But you know, we just we fell short. You know, a couple plays would have been here or there, would have been better. Maybe could have changed the outcome, but it's part of the game. You got to go out there, tip the ball up. You got to play it.
You
know what I'm saying? You know, and me understanding talent doesn't always look going to equal winning. You got to learn how to win.
Right.
You know, Michael Jordan in his first 6 years of not reaching the finals, winning the finals, things like that. But everybody knew he was the best player.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The guy, the Birds and Magic knew, like, we can't stop this dude, but he don't know how to win yet. You know what I'm saying? And you can say that about, you know, me and my team as we're continuing to grow. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we'll be still bringing back, you know, 12 of our top 15 rotation guys. You know what I'm saying? With us having, you know, 8 or 9 sophomores and, you know, 2 or 3 juniors. So, you know, we'll be back. We'll take another crack at it.
I think the best. I definitely think the best is yet to come for you all. And so that kind of takes me into my next question as to like, I know you've built, like now you've built it up to what it is now, and you all are still building. But from going from the college level, why'd you pick Western? Like, why Western?
Well, Western ended up picking me once they sat down to talk to me, see what kind of person, what kind of man I am. so they ended up picking me. But I picked them as in applying for them because I felt like I looked at them like I feel like they're a hidden gem, and there's something special about those group of kids that live in that area of town, and I feel like I can relate to them. You know what I'm saying? Kind of growing up in similar background, being in the same trenches, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, and I felt like I can level with them. You know what I'm saying? And then help them grow and help them see that their strength. You know what I'm saying? As a person, as a young man growing, and definitely as a basketball player too as well. But I definitely seen something special in them in Western, seeing the potential, and but I think my vision is what drives me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll take a player, I'll take a person. It could be anybody, not even just a player, a student of mine as a teacher. You know what I'm saying? If I can see something special in them, and then once I can get them to see it, then it'll help them grow. Because kids aren't aware of who they are and what they can be until you tell them, show them the mirror that this is you, this can be you. So definitely Western definitely hold a special place. You know what I'm saying, with me. People always ask me all the time, why you leaving? Why you still staying there? Woo, woo. I'm a relationship guy. From the admin to the counselors to custodians. I got close relationships with these people. You know what I'm saying, and I enjoy going and work with them every day and working with the kids I work with every day. So that's why it's definitely special to me, and I definitely want to see things through with them the best I can. Of course, if John Calipari calls wants to give me $50,000, I'm gone.
You gotta go.
I'm gone.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
I'm not about money, but it's definitely be life changing.
Opportunity. Opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to coach at the highest level.
Which is only right. So you kind of touched base on some of the challenges that you faced at Western, but can you just talk a little bit more about is it the resources, lack thereof, or talk a little bit about representation as far as the parents, maybe. What is it? What are some of the hardest things about being at Western High School?
Not having a tradition of winning culture. And you underestimate how important it is until you're in a place where winning never happens. There's kids walking down the hall who are freshmen that'll tell you, this ain't my school, PRP's my school. Butler's my school. They've never enrolled at Butler, didn't get accepted. Then they had to go to Western. Now they're walking around projecting their personal feelings and beliefs on everyone else around them. And it's a culture of people who are, I don't want to be here. You know what I'm saying? So then the families, not particularly guys who, enrolled at Western, for different programs like basketball and culinary and things like that. But the families who are also not happy about being at Western and having the mentality of, trying to get out at any chance they get. So anything that goes wrong with their kid, it's Western's fault.
Right.
When all actuality, you got peeled back layers, it's way deeper than that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where 9 out of 10 of our kids come from single parent households in the school. I ain't talking about no basketball players, just in the school. So with that being said, you got a bunch of people who are, usually, not formally educated. Not saying they're not smart, not saying they're not educated, not formally educated. This is what this is at the end of the day. And they have different barriers at home to help hinder them from being reaching their full potential.
Yep, all they can be.
So when it comes to basketball, got a lot, some parents who don't understand how high school basketball works, transition from middle school where you're just kids, you might practice 2 times a week and play one game. Now we're going every day but Sunday. And they're like, oh, why do we practice on Saturday? Why do we practice so much? Why do we do this? Why do we do that? Well, ma'am, your son wants to play college basketball.
Yeah.
This is what it's going to take.
It don't stop in college.
It don't stop. And you get to the point to where, I had to educate parents on what this is going to look like if they want their kid to play college basketball. Basketball is worldwide now. Everybody wants to play. Everybody wants to be good at it. And, them not understanding how to get recruited, NCAA clearinghouse, literally having to, I won't say do workshops, but just passing along messages and teaching them along the way how it goes.
Right.
So versus, maybe some kids on, the other side of 65 in the East End where they have two parents that already done played college sports and with college graduated. It's already
set
there.
up. Yeah, it's set
it's
up.
already in them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Versus some parents who ain't never stepped foot on the college campus or don't know what it takes, don't know an application fee, don't know about anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, but we have some that did, though. You know what I'm saying? Don't get that misconstrued.
Right.
There's some out there that didn't,
For sure.
And the crazy thing is, basketball, sadly, is becoming a middle to upper class sport. Because now you need training. Now you have access to the right people who knows this guy to help you get recruited or this AU program. You got money to do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? So now it's turning into, where the kid from the projects from Coney Island and Stephon Marbury stories are less likely to happen now. Because it's becoming an upper middle class sport versus where it could be rags richer stories back in the day where the dude in the projects who get busy who's gonna go to school because he's just a dog.
Yeah.
Kids ain't playing outside no more.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Ain't no park ball really happening.
Not at all.
Everything's controlled environments. Cones, adults in there stopping everything. We was young, we go to the park. There wasn't no daddy there to protect us. You know what I'm saying? If OG won't get mad and they're young and foul me again, see what happened.
Yeah.
Ain't no protecting us right there.
I mean,
we have to make decisions.
For me, it was Shawnee Park, man. It was Shawnee Park. Like Shawnee Park made me tough because ain't nobody gonna give you no foul. They gonna knock you down. You come out there wrong. You know it ain't gonna go how you want it to. So I think, like you said, like playing outside, that really made me tough. And it's something about that that's just different when you playing outside. Like you always hear about guys like he can play outside but he can't play inside. You know what I'm saying? But it's a certain grittiness you gotta have in order to make it outside.
So now, when you got that grittiness now, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Look at your boy, Christian Dewar for Evangel. He's a dog to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He sticks out like a sore thumb. Don't have the most amazing skill set and size and this, that, and the third, but that kid plays hard. He's a competitor. You know what I'm saying? But, and back to the parents, man. Like I said, just, and I would definitely want to educate parents on understanding that they are getting recruited along with their kid.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Wholeheartedly.
Because coaches always ask, what's mom like? What's dad? What's the family dynamic? You know what I'm saying? So like, and then they're understand, is that mom right there watching when they come to the game, the AAU, whatever. I just sit with college coaches where they're critiquing parents what you're saying to your kid while they're playing. Are they looking over at you? You know what I'm saying? So that they either it's gonna help or hurt their interest in you based off that.
How you talking to the coach? How you saying, coach, you can't coach. What adjustments you gonna make? I know you heard that.
Yeah, I heard that. my first 2 years, I used to respond. I ain't gonna lie to you. My first year, man, shut up. You can talk. I got this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's part of it. My skin's getting thicker. You know what I'm saying? I already know everybody understands. Got all the answers. Yeah. Everybody on social media got all the answers because they watch U of L, or they play 2K, or they, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I get it.
It's much more to it.
Oh yeah.
It's much more. I think especially like just being a high school coach, period. Like, I think coaching is one of the last things that's important. Like, when you're a high school coach, because you got so many kids coming from different backgrounds. Once these kids is on scholarship, you done kind of handpicked them. You know what I'm saying? So you pretty much know who you got. I think in high school, you don't really know what kind of kids you got until you get them. So coaching is really like the last thing that's important.
You literally have to teach basketball etiquette throughout their career. Body language, how to conduct yourself on a team. Give everybody fives going down the line. You come out the game. You know what I'm saying? Clapping up for your team on the bench. You know what I'm saying? How to conduct yourself. How to go hard in practice. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this
social media.
Social media.
Social media.
It's so many layers to it. Because I never was a high school assistant, so therefore I didn't sit back and watch a guy at the high school level be successful at it. I seen a college school be successful at it. I played for him and coached with him, who ran 12, 13 in a row conference championships off. You know what I'm saying? So I learned the game through that lens where you can pick your players. You don't necessarily get to pick your players in high school and pick your parents and pick the student and all that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, now you got to teach them all of that. Some places you might not have to do all that because it might come from a home structure where things are different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but it's definitely interesting topic to talk about. And hopefully parents can, understand, take your time with your baby. If they love the game, if it's for them, they'll achieve all the goals they want if they love it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't make them love it.
Can't
make them love it because
you gotta let them love it on their own. They're
They'll
gonna get burnt out.
Yeah. See it all the time.
I've seen a lot of burnout situations.
Man.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of burnout situations with talented players too. You know what I'm saying? But it just, you just have enough. Once you can make the decision on your own, you're like, man, I had enough of this. So that kind of takes me into my next question, talking about. So Western I feel like Western is a name that's growing, especially this year. You guys were one of the most talked about teams that I done seen in a while. Whether that be like because of highlights, y'all got documentaries, y'all got y'all just had it all. Y'all had the spotlight on you. So for 8th grader that wants to come to Western, what does it take to play for Coach Britt?
So what they don't see, first of all, shout out to my coaching staff, shout out to Brandon and specifically Purpose Vision for catching these moments on camera for the kids and for them to look back and enjoy their high school career first of all. And my second thing is playing for Coach Britt. What they don't see is the work those guys put in to look like they do on the camera, on the highlights and things like that. So highlight culture is what it is right now, unfortunately.
Yep.
And that helps and hurts. You know what I'm saying? It's good for exposure, but at the same time, kids get them, get off on getting likes and getting love and getting retweets and getting this and that. But I also have to remind my guys to be humble.
Yes, always.
And understand that you do have to work, continue to work, and understand that just because you have highlights doesn't mean you're a good basketball player. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want anybody to get that misconstrued. We're getting a lot of attention and things like that. We had a lot of kids grow into who they're becoming still, and me as well, still learning as a coach, still growing. It's my 5th year at Western, my 8th year total coaching. I'm still learning every single day from different coaches at different levels. But coming to play for me, man, you got to work your behind off. You're gonna have to earn your way on those videos or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you're into. But you can't fake it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at this point I kind of got to feel like it's like a Kentucky effect coming to play for us because it ain't for everybody. Right. Because you're gonna be hunted all the time. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people probably look at us like we're doing these videos and all this stuff. Think we're cocky, we're braggadocious, or something like that. But,
what about the classroom?
We're not. What's that?
What about the classroom?
Got to get done in the classroom. If you're not above qualifying, I'm not gonna play you. So we're gonna have to do whatever study hall at a certain time we need to do. You need to go stay out there with your teachers, and me even having to help guys individually with their schoolwork. But definitely have to get done in the classroom if you're gonna have a chance at playing at the next level. And of course staying eligible in high school. But I'm going to ask you to be more than eligible. You have to get the NCAA clearinghouse so you can get recruited if that's what you want to do.
Right.
But playing for me, it's not going to be the easiest thing in the world. It's going to be very demanding. I wasn't a high school assistant, so my regimen is college.
College, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get to the next level.
All day.
You're only with me for so long. You're just going to hop in my car for a little bit. We're going to drive, and I'm going to drop you off at the next stop. Hopefully you're a man by then, if you stuck with it. I think you will be coming out. So
yes, sir. So that takes me to my next question, and kind of the next thing I want you to hit on is like your current players now. Like you have 12 out of 15 players returning, right? You said. So I know that like Trent was your senior. So like just talk about some of those guys. Like talk about those guys because you have a special group. Like I said, the best is yet to come for Western. If you guys continue to work each day like you're doing. But like JoJo and Ju and Musa, those are like some of my favorite underclassmen that you got. So just hit on them and how you keeping them prepared and getting them ready for college. Because they got them looks coming. They got them looks right now. So how are you making sure that they're ready, when it's time to leave?
First off, it's going to be an adjustment going into off-season workouts without Trent Hinkle. That kid came in every day, high energy, set the tone with the workouts, bringing guys along with him, and him being that first guy that bought into something that didn't exist yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll forever be grateful that I got to, help, experience life with him. Him being being a player for me, and me being his coach. We're going to continue to grow, but hopefully them guys watched and learned from him and how he worked. And as well, Andre Wicks coming in every day, workhorse, is going to play football at Kentucky State, going to play receiver. Shout out to Jerome Costner, recruiting him. Trent Hinkle is committed to Trevecca University in Nashville Division II. Anthony Lawrence, I think he's going to attend the CU Harrisburg, play basketball there. Those three kids are William Anderson, who also a senior, who didn't play a whole lot, but made a commitment to Western, made a commitment to me, and I made a commitment to him. And we're going to help him, get to the next levels of life, going into college and things like that. He's probably going to be a manager. But I'm real proud of those guys for coming in, putting in the work, they're not necessarily leaving with a state championship, but they're always going to be champions in other ways. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Them being set up for the next phases of life.
For sure.
Hopefully my young guys watch them learn what to do and some things not to do. As they weren't 100% perfect at everything they did. You know what I'm saying? But they were perfect. They did nothing wrong in my eyes as far as being good people, good students. Get to the next level, working, winning, essentially. Not winning at all, but winning. So
I seen a lot of growth in Trent. I talked to you about that. I seen a lot of growth in him. I remember coming to the gym and he, get mad and everything, and then now I seen him at a game and now he's bringing everybody together. So I think the growth of Trent was tremendous. That's just somebody that I was kind of like personal with, and I seen it. I seen it 100%. So,
and touching on the young guys, Josiah Lawson.
Another one of my. That's a little brother to me. That's next up right there.
Stepping into the league guard role next year. I'm sure he will learn a lot from Trent. Him being 2 years older than him, and understanding the game. And hopefully he can grow and go a little bit further than he did. So set up for the young guys to be a little bit more successful than old. It's kind of like the older brother, older sister.
Make that sacrifice.
Yeah,
make that sacrifice.
They have a sacrifice for the youngins.
All day long.
So, Josiah Lawson, definitely look forward to the future with him. Elijah Clinton, his roof is unlimited. His ceiling is unlimited. It's going to be all up to him on if he reaches that fully. So, at bare minimum, I tell him all the time, I said, you're either going to play Power 5, you'll be at North Carolina or Michigan or Indiana, or if you don't get certain things right within your game, IQ wise, learning, getting feel for the game, you'll help Georgetown win the national championship. Or IUS win the NAIA level. So either way, he's gonna play college basketball because his ability is so crazy. But it's gonna be what level for you,
right?
And how hard are you gonna work? And he's a relentless worker. How hard are you gonna work on competing all the time? Understanding situational basketball, and I can help him with that as well. So Juju Edmonds, and that kid came in as a 13-year-old, 8th grader, getting on the all-region tournament team at 13 years old, man. That dude, he's gonna be a special guy. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely stepping into a leadership role with us on and off the court. He's gonna be very vital for us, inside and out, moving forward. Jada Miles, another one with a crazy ceiling. 6'8", jumping out the gym, still getting his hands and coordination together, going with his size. He just turned 16 at the beginning of the school year. Definitely got a high ceiling. Jalen Ellis turning next year, another 6'8" kid, high motor. Once he gets his footwork and skills all the way down, he's gonna be really good for us. So definitely look forward to him. But he works his butt off. So definitely look forward to the future with these guys.
What's some coaches that inspire you, or that you look up to right now?
Main guys, Wiley for sure. He's a guy like Kyle whenever I need advice or need even need him to critique me. Wiley, Coach Bibby. When I was in high school, I didn't play for him, but I just admired him from afar because representation is very important.
Very.
Junie P, Coach Sutton, who was at Moore, who's no longer coaching at this very moment. Always had great things to say to me, give me words of advice, just wisdom. You know what I'm saying? As me being younger than those guys, I'm always listening. You know what I'm saying? Coach Richard Daytown, who's had a lot of success, knows the game, good mentor. Coach Schuler, Fern Creek, definitely admire what he did at my alma mater after I left. And he definitely changed the game in certain different ways. Casey Gooden, who was our rival at Butler at the time, he called me after games, win or lose. And I'm not the type of guy that's like butter after a loss or anything like that, because you know what I'm saying, when I'm in the moment, I'm competing. When it's over, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Me and him talked after the first time we played. We talked for like 45 minutes at 10, 11 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? After the first time we played, and he's always gave love. You know, shout out to Casey Gooden too as well. You know what I'm saying? So those are definitely guys that I always admire from afar. You know what I'm saying? And definitely want to give them their flowers, whether they state championship coaches or not. You know what I'm saying? They definitely came in and helped the the kids around in this area of town, in the city, you know what I'm saying, grow and go on to the next levels and things like that. So I definitely admire those guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I hope that I'm definitely a humble guy, still learning, coaching game and everything like that. So I hope nobody have no misconception of me like I'm just a know-it-all or anything like that, because I done heard people say things like Britt doesn't like me. I don't dislike anybody. I'm kind of a little bit of an introvert. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really big on going out and going to drink with different people, and you know what I'm saying. I just don't move like that. You know what I'm saying? So I hope nobody ever thought that way about me. But you know what I'm saying, it's never no love lost. And, you know what I'm saying, it's good competing. You know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. So
yeah, at the end of the day, you're a winner, man. So you gonna win always, regardless of how people look at you, what you do, and everything like that. You're a winner because you're gonna put in that work. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. You know what I'm saying? You speak about representation. We need to stick together. We got to stick together and give each other our flowers, like you said, and learn from where Coach Bibby, his weakness. You can look at their weakness and you can pick up and say, I'm gonna be stronger here. You can call them and you can also call them and ask them, where do I need to be stronger? It's good to hear where you need to be stronger, because if everybody just tell you so good, then you gonna think like I'm just too good.
And not even just the older guys. They got guys my age and younger that I admire as well. You know what I'm saying? I've always admired Jordan Johnson from afar. You know what I'm saying? And I've been working with him at Earthquakes High School, just talking to him, his basketball mind. He's a great basketball mind. Young guy. He's going to do great things with coaching. Darren Lawson, assistant at J-Town, who's my bro. You know what I'm saying? We talk all the time. Who's definitely, if I don't know if anybody's looking for coaches, he'll definitely be one you want to look into. Brandon Anderson, one of my assistants, Dexter McAtee, and the rest of my guys on my staff too as well, who do a great job of developing good mentors for the kids, mature guys that are going to handle business, you know what I'm saying, put in work. So, and I'm definitely loving all the guys who played basketball who are now jumping into the coaching game at various levels, AAU, middle school, you know what I'm saying. I'm very happy for those guys. I wish them nothing but the best, because I think a lot of people have a lot to get back to the game, you know what I'm saying, at various levels, you know what I'm saying. So instead of having, the librarian be the middle school coach, you know what I'm saying, or the guy who's never played, but they're just going to do it because nobody else will.
Right.
Step up, guys.
Yeah.
Step up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Guys, don't sit back and talk about the game, talk about what ain't happening. Be a part of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go give a couple hours.
Yes, sir. There's a lot of jobs out there, ain't
Yeah, definitely. There's some jobs out there at all levels. Go hop in, man, and then, you know what I'm saying, maybe it'll change the perspective on a couple of things, because everybody wants to coach the talented team.
Yeah.
Everybody. Who wouldn't want to coach the Lakers, or, if you're local, if everybody would want to coach Western. They think they're looking at us and seeing all this and that, but it's a whole lot more that goes into it than just seeing the product that ends up on the court. You know what I'm saying, that they might admire and say they can do this, do that with. So, it is what it is. So
yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yes, sir.
Shout out to y'all guys, man, hopping into the coaching game. Appreciate y'all.
Man, that's beautiful. Like, y'all gonna be something to be working with these next few years. So this is the main question. This is the main question that I got for you, and just to see your input. And I'll be happy to even ask other coaches this as well. Is a high school coach's legacy built upon state championships, or how many kids he can put in college? What do you think?
And so for me,
Mm-hmm.
and why I coach is not to be a state championship coach. My why is to be who I needed in high school. And what I needed was somebody to love me, hold me accountable on and off the court,
Mm-hmm.
year round, not October 15th when the basketball season comes, and push me to be the best person along with basketball play as well. So, and with me wanting to, as a high school kid, wanting to go play college basketball, that's my championships. Sending these kids to school,
Mm-hmm.
getting to the next levels, and not even just getting to, but getting through. Because
Mm-hmm.
then I learned the right lessons of what it's going to look like when you get there. You know, so, yeah, I'm a competitor, so yeah, I want to win. You know, but the ultimate win for me, though, is them getting to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I do what I do.
Right.
That's why I'm at Western. Because some kids, I'm not gonna say no names, but some kids might not have had a chance if we didn't cross paths.
Right.
You know, and I'm not saying that to toot my horn or anything like that, but you know, some kids do grow up not understanding certain things about the world and learn how to jump through the hoops and what work necessary you need to do, what type of discipline you need to have to be successful. And successful is, you know, them going to be a man and maybe having a family and taking care of his family at the end of the day, protecting and providing. So, you know, those are the main principles I stand on as a man, as a coach. You know, so there's definitely you know, because those championship trophies are gonna collect dust one day, but I want kids to be able to tell their grandkids, you know, and I meet their kids, you know, as Coach Britt, is what he meant to me. That's what he, you know, helped me through, you know, in life. You know, so that's definitely what I would say is most important, is getting these kids to the next level. You know, and it's all and always, you know, scholarship. You know, I got some kids who want to enter the military, you know, things like that. But you know, but I do have a lot of guys who eyes are open to going to play at the next level and at the highest level they can. So,
Right.
you know, explain to them that, you know, this is what it's going to take to get there. You know, so.
Well, in that sense, then I think that this season's a success. No matter, I know that, you know, you want to win championships, of course, and everything, but for what really matters is those kids getting to the next level. Winning will always make everything feel good. But at the end of the day, once summer comes and this kind of wore off, everybody will be trying to be happy that he's going on his way to college to play Division II basketball. And so, yeah, this is a winning season. You can send all your seniors. All your seniors are going somewhere. So that's a win. That's a dub. So that's the question that I would like to ask a lot of coaches. You know, is it about state championships? A lot of people, period, not just coaches, because I think a lot of people have the wrong mindset too. For these kids, is it about them winning state, or is it about them getting to that next level? So that right there, I love that. I love that answer.
And I don't want to get it misconstrued that, you know, winning is not important because you want to win.
Winning is everything.
Yeah, there's winning and losing in life.
Yeah, winning is everything.
Yeah.
Winning is everything.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know, with that being said, like, I tell my kids after the game the other day when we lost, like, you know, we lost, but we're not losers. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
You know, end up being 21-8. We played a tough schedule, you know, in and out of state. And y'all got to be exposed to things that you know may have not been exposed to. You know, like going to New Orleans. You know, because me growing up, basketball, football was the only thing that took me out the city. Really, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And there's no knock on anybody or anything like that. But you know, sports, you know, got me in places that I'd never be. I won't be where I am today if it wasn't for sports. It wasn't for, you know, coaches in my life and mentors and things like that. So, you know. But I definitely want to let them know that, you know what I'm saying, you know, we lost, but we're not losers. You know what I'm saying? So don't let nobody tell you otherwise. You know what I'm saying? And can't nobody tell me otherwise either. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of people know a lot of people say a lot of stuff about Western, about, you know, my coaching decisions and things like that, but it's very minute, man, in the grand scheme. You know what I'm saying? You know, but yeah, do I want to win? Absolutely.
Right.
absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But, wasn't in the cards for us this year. So we'll put our best foot forward. I'll continue to grow this offseason. We'll take the next steps and, see what happens next year.
Yes, sir. So, hey, don't let nobody tell you that Western ain't up next. This has been a great one. Thank y'all for watching. Coach Britt, I appreciate you, my man. And y'all stay tuned, man. Thank you.